Welcome back to the Fifth Wheel podcast. I'm Hannah,
I'm Sydney.
and this week was the Belgian Grand Prix.
It was the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa, some might call it.
Spa. It definitely did not feel like I was at a spa. I was not relaxed in the slightest.
No, it was. I have feelings about this race, and it was just like, I don't know how to classify this one because I was good with it, but also there were several things where I was like, nah, hold on a minute.
I think this was just like an internally confusing race in general.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because there is a thing that happened that I'm still confused about.
I'm
But
still confused about a lot.
yeah, well that's just every day. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was it was an interesting race. And let me say, so the one thing I remembered, or just like randomly over the weekend, so because we wanted to go to Imola this year if they were still going to do that. That was probably going to be the race that we had decided to go to in Europe. But then when that one wasn't on the calendar, our backups ended up being Madrid and Spa. And so we were kind of debating between the two, ultimately landed on Madrid. And then I had the thought of like, damn, I'd be in Europe right now.
That would be nice. I won't lie.
Yeah. The amount of times in the last like week alone where I'm like, I need my vacation now. Because
Yes.
while parts of Madrid, specifically the race, I know we are all going to be like, this is anti vacation.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, we're going to be in Europe and I'm not going to be at work. And I'm like, bring it on.
Correct. It's going to be the good kind of stress, and by good, I don't really know if our bodies can tell the difference fundamentally, but
No,
like
they can't.
but we're, insane. So, yeah.
So, we weren't in Europe this weekend. That was okay. We still got there. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say one thing that surprised me going into the weekend. So I can't remember. I think we may have found out on like Wednesday or Thursday. Um, we ain't even halfway through the season, and
What?
we're not even halfway through the season. And
Wait, really?
Lando, huh?
I thought we were over halfway by now, actually.
No, we're not in
Like
summer break.
that's not even like the fact that you were going to give, and I'm like, "Oh, really?"
No, summer break starts after Hungary. Anyway, we're not even
Right.
halfway through the season. Who cares that we were two? I don't give a shit that we're two races away. We ain't even halfway through the season. Lando Norris is already through his designated allotted power units for the year. That mother had to take a 10-place grid penalty because he used past his allotted amount.
Is he going to have to do that every time?
If he has to have a new power unit, he's going to get another penalty. Like,
Oh,
baby, it's July. The season goes through December.
yeah, like, sir, you have many more
And
races.
my thing is, like, I know it's not necessarily his fault, but like,
No.
I get that it's a new season, new regulations, but like, how are we how?
Yeah, you
Like,
know,
how is McLaren? My thing is, how is McLaren for out of power units for Lando and Aston Martin isn't?
and how
Or
is
Cadillac isn't? Or Williams isn't? Or
yeah,
hell, Ferrari isn't? Like, what? Huh?
they really said I'm like done for the day when it comes to like being the top team. Like they went like everything they went, all right, done for the day. Um
It's
so
very much, to
yeah.
me, at least right now. Again, we all know a lot can change. We still have a whole entire half season left. I mean, what was it, 24 when Max was way behind? We thought he wouldn't win the championship and then he did, or whatever. Maybe that, Anyways, it's F1. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But like, right now, McLaren very much feels like what 2025. Honestly, last season Ferrari, where it's like you're there, you're
But what are
kind
you
of doing
doing?
okay, but like you're not winning. You're sneaking in a podium, but like you're supposed to be good.
Like she doesn't even go here.
She goes here like she's a foreign exchange student. She's only here for
Yeah.
a little bit.
Or like she was one of those students that like her family moved away in middle school and then came back and like but also like she you don't know that she came back, you just see her and you're like, "Oh, hey,
Right?
what? I thought you moved to
Right?
Europe, you
I don't
know?" I
know.
don't know.
It's just weird and I'm like, I saw that and I was like, how is McLaren the first team out of power units? That just doesn't I feel like the math doesn't math. Like because I genuinely I I know he had issues those first couple of races,
Yeah.
but like I don't feel like enough has happened for him to be out of power units. But maybe they've just been changing them behind the scenes. I don't know.
Regardless, they hope they figure that out. Um
I, yeah,
I mean, speaking of McLaren, this is related and unrelated at the same time. I'm just thinking about Oscar. There's this picture of him from this weekend. He looks like the most disgusted I've ever seen him. No one knows what that photo is from, but he's looking like like genuinely the most expression I've ever seen on that man's face. And so maybe he had just heard the news about the power unit thing. I don't know. It looked like he was walking and he just saw something gross. But I guess that can sum up McLaren so far this season.
yeah. Like they're not. They're just there. They're
They're
like Lance
there.
Stroll right now. They're just kind of there.
Like the Office meme where like Angela sneaks up on Dwight's like, ah, like you're
No,
here.
literally.
Yeah.
Although Lance Stroll really just wasn't there this weekend because I mean, to no one's surprise. Granted, that's probably Aston Martin's fault more than it is his, but he DNF'd at some point, and I was like, ah, well, they're pushing him back into the pit. Anyways,
Anyways, yeah.
but like, I don't know. It was just that's really kind of the only thing pre-race that I have.
I've got some stuff.
Okay, yeah, hit me.
Um, just some funny things. First of all, Carlos Sainz showed up wearing his Spain jersey for the World Cup,
Yes.
and it's red. And I was like,
Oh
"Oh,
no.
that
I
hurts." That
will say there were a lot of jokes that Alonso, Franco, and Carlos were all just going to take each other out so that they could be done earlier so that they could go watch the World Cup.
which is hilarious considering that Fernando like literally said something about that and then still finished the race. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, plus 2 laps. However, he did finish the race.
You
And so I'm
know,
like, "Damn, dude, you could have done something. Even Lance was out. Like, I don't know what to tell you, my guy."
yeah,
But
I was in Oklahoma this weekend just with a friend staying with a friend from college and I got up and watched the race and then she kind of meandered in and doesn't know anything about F1 but was asking just really good questions. And at one point either she asked or I think I started explaining I was like, okay, I was like, you see how that car was slower and they went, yeah, I was like, yeah, he got lapped. And she was like, already? And I was like, yeah. Because I'm pretty sure it was on an Aston Martin. And I was like, yeah, so they go so fast and that some of the back marker teams, and especially with these new regulations, just go so much slower. I mean, who was it? Hell, in practice, which I was talking about this with a coworker, he pointed it out, and I didn't even realize until I looked because I mean, I'm not going to look at the bottom of the timetable in practice. Aston Martin was 5 seconds off the pace of who set the fastest time in practice. Not like 5.5 seconds.
well, another fun fact for you. um, so
Isn't it
up
that the
until
F cars or the F2 cars are faster than the Aston or the F?
no, that's hilarious. However, it is that when it came to like practice qualifying, all of that, Aston Martin's fastest lap for the entire time between either of them was 1 minute and 50 seconds. Cadillac's slowest lap was 1 minute 47 seconds.
Holy shit.
They were like
That's
on one.
bad.
That's
Like
Yeah.
Aston Martin. Like, that's ass. Like,
Aston Martin.
and so, but yeah, she was like, they get lapped, and I was like, oh yeah, and I was like, I was like, there was a couple of races ago. Granted, it was a Williams, but I was like, we had a whole like plus 10 lap situation. She goes, how does that even happen? I said, a whole bunch of stuff, but it happens probably more often than it should.
It's too
Um,
much to get into now.
so
You'll be
yeah,
like Charlie
that
from
was
It's
a
Always
fun
Sunny,
one.
like trying to
Yeah.
explain it with the board.
Uh-huh.
So
I will say it was really fun getting to explain F1 to someone who at least was somewhat interested.
yeah.
So shout out GK for letting me come visit you this weekend. Anyways, that's
Yeah.
not the point. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got more pre-race.
Whew.
A couple things. First of all, Liam and Arvid just flying economy is just really funny to me. I love how many of them fly economy, and I'm not even talking like
Yeah.
business class, like
What was it? They were
elbow
flying like EasyJet.
elbow to elbow. I'm like, okay,
Arvid was in the middle seat.
middle seat as like a multi-millionaire
Like
driver.
they didn't even buy the whole row. Like there was
Yeah.
some rando
Random lady.
next to them.
Like I don't think she had any idea.
I don't think so either. Because
It's
if I saw them taking that selfie, I'm not looking ahead.
I'd be like,
I'm
excuse
like,
me. Um, and so there was that, and then there's just a lot of stuff from like the pre-race. You know, when they all get on like the trailer thing and they all do a lap. There's a few
yeah,
things from
the boring. I call those the boring driver parades.
Yes, the boring driver parade. There was a boring driver parade, but a couple funny little things came from it. The first one is that while on there, someone was interviewing Isaac and he was trying to answer the question. And you hear this like through the mic. The marshals of all people, there's a group of marshals yelling, "Lewis! Lewis!" And Isaac is like cannot speak and cannot stop laughing long enough to answer the question.
Which, like, fair.
Fair. It's giving Leclerc, Leclerc, but like reversey, I guess. And
Yeah.
then they all get off of the boring driver parade, and Max is being interviewed, and behind him you see three people waiting for him. It is Kimi Antonelli, Arvid Lindblad, and Ollie Behrman, and they're crowded together.
The children.
Literally, it's like
It's all
waiting
Max's children.
waiting for dad to finish the interview. They are all just kind of standing there talking, huddled together, but like maybe 5 feet from Max at the most.
So funny.
So that's really all I had for pre-race. I just thought those were really funny.
Gosh.
We all got to giggle sometimes, and I giggled
No,
a lot.
absolutely. I mean, it was there. Yeah, I sort of kind of kept up with practice, but I say kept up as I mean I checked the results.
Yeah.
And then qualifying, I mostly watched qualifying. Um, it was just kind of chill for the most part. I will say one cool thing that I noted was Arvid got his best career qualifying position. I think he qualified like P7 or 8 in the V
Yeah.
carb, 6, 7, or 8, somewhere in there. Literally. And you know, VCAR being the totally serious and not just wackadoodles, insane, awesome admin that they are, they basically were like, Arvid got that dog in him, and then photoshopped a dog in his rib cage, and then he like printed out another separate "got that dog in me" meme and put it like outside his like driver like suite, and I love the unseriousness in just the entire V-Carb team. I mean, we talked about it last week and have brought it up on many an occasion just so far this season. I am obsessed with them.
Oh, I am too. There's no way that they're not winning the like media team of the year for us, I guess.
Absolutely.
Like the lengths that a team would have to go through to surpass them at this point would be actually criminal, and like they'd probably get banned from
Yeah.
the FIA in general. So I don't think
Yeah.
there's any catching that lead.
It's
No.
just it's so funny. It's so funny because it's like that those are our people in the professional workplace. And it's just I am so here for it, and I hope that whatever admin is there just never, like, please never change.
Never
Never,
can.
never change who you are. Never let anyone dull your sparkle because it is bright and the people are here for it.
He or she, I love how I automatically assume it's a she because women are just better at these things. I hope she gets a raise because I know it's a girl.
Absolutely. It is far well deserved.
Very well deserved. They better get a
Ugh.
raise. They better be getting paid almost as much as the drivers. Like I'm so serious. They need to be making
Honestly,
six
I'm
figures
I'm
minimum.
so much I'm entertained so much that I feel like that's deserved.
It is deserved. I totally agree.
Jeez.
All right, is that all we have for pre and pre-race?
I think so. And then yeah, cuz boy did we have ourselves a first lap.
Oh yeah. I'd like to revisit the comment we made earlier about, spa and it not being relaxing. I don't think, for lack of a better way to say this, I don't think my ass cheeks have been clenched so tight in my entire life. Like I was watching this opening lap and I was like,
Oh my
there's
god.
something wrong. They put some sort of paranoia dust onto this first lap.
No.
I'm
I
not okay.
Do you want to know what it was? And does it actually have any correlation? No, but I told him I was going to blame him if anything happened. So, coworker and I just yip yapping about F1 as we do. And so he is a Williams fan. I'm a Ferrari fan, also Williams. I'm trying to bully him into being a Ferrari fan. It's not really working so far, but that's neither here nor there. He had the audacity to speak out loud into existence. I say speak out loud via Teams. That he was like, I just feel like something's gonna happen during the race. Like I just feel like something big's gonna happen. And I said, if anything happens, I was like, I am blaming you. I was like, I don't care if you had nothing to do with it. It has everything to do
No,
with
he did it.
he
He
did
did.
it.
He
And
did
I
it.
and he wasn't watching the race live, and I sent him a message. I said, what did I say? Hold on. Because it is
The nerve to speak that into the universe and then
no, I
not watch
know.
when your consequences come to fruition.
What did I say? I said, well, you were right about something happening. Dot 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 dot. And
Yep.
then and it just because yeah, the audacity.
The audacity to speak that into the universe and then literally again say done for the day and not watch your consequences that you put into this world play
He
out.
did eventually go back and watch the race later that day, but like still, I was like, I'm sitting here watching, and so my friend GK, she was still back in her room, and so yeah, we'll just take you through this. So yeah,
Yeah.
uh, nerves are always high on lap ones. I don't think I really ever breathe
No.
until we just kind of get a full lap in, and even sometimes no breath after that. Um, and so we're going around. Charles has a really great start. I mean, like, what
Oh
did I
yeah.
think I said? Max. So Max overtakes Kimmy, right? Yeah, Max leads, and I said Ferrari is moving. Eek, Charles, please be careful.
Yes. I put here's my notes. Max is back is the first note. Then JK because Kimmy passed him back. And
Correct.
then all caps, six question marks. Charles?
No, literally, because I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then, so it's like it kind of stays there for like what felt like 3.2 seconds, and then we come around turn six, and
And
in
then
turn six, I all of a sudden I just see George Russell spin in a Ferrari, and it literally is that Simpsons meme of like Charles, no, and he goes, what? He goes, oh sorry, force of habit, because I just assumed it was Charles. It
yeah.
was not. And this twas the event that my coworker spoke into existence
Mhm.
because George Russell into the gravel, out of the race
Immediately.
immediately.
Yep. And you know what? That is not the only person that Lewis Hamilton hits that day. We'll get to that. And it's not even in the way that you think if you haven't seen the race.
Correct.
Yeah, but did I don't know if I didn't watch live. I watched
Uh-huh.
after. Was it bleeped for you or was it like what was the situation? Cuz do you know what happened?
What with when Lewis hit George?
Yeah, what when George started talking, was it bleeped for you or did they forget?
I don't remember hearing what he said.
Oh my gosh, it's a whole thing. Holy moly. Okay, so he starts yelling, because he's out. And I don't know what version you were watching. I don't even know what version I was watching. But they didn't bleep him. They just let it go. Would you like me to read what he said?
Yeah, because depending on what he says and then what he says post race, I have thoughts. So yeah, let me know.
So again, like every word I say was said in full volume to everyone. I'm out. What the fuck happened with the sock down the straight? I had no fucking battery down the straight. Guys, unfucking acceptable. Unfucking acceptable this whole weekend.
Okay, I did see part of that. I did not know it was to that extent.
Oh, yeah, no,
And
like four F
you know
bombs.
what? I don't know that I blame him entirely.
No.
Um, and it's one of those of like I damn damn. Honestly, pop off, George. Welcome back. You never really left, but welcome back, Diva of the Day, George Russell.
Welcome back, Diva of the Day.
And the thing is, I'm watching this happen. And you on the replay, me, the announcers, I think the entire world is in agreement. You watch this, that was a racing incident. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit. Even George, before, so spoiler alert, not spoiler alert, because we're talking about it. Lewis gets a 5-second time penalty for his collision with George. And literally, when they announced that, you could hear the confusion in Crofty's voice of like, huh? Because genuinely, like, nothing but an incident, like just an incident, because even I cannot figure out how the FIA was like 5 seconds.
No, literally. Like, it was. I mean, I rewatched it like 10 times too because I was like,
I don't get it.
how is that Lewis's fault? And like
He
that
had
was
like
like
it
the
almost looked like he had a little snap of oversteer, but like there was plenty of room. There
yeah.
was like, and even George, like when they, when you go out early and they do kind of that immediate media pin interview, like they came on with that, and this was before, maybe I can't remember if it was before or after the time penalty for Lewis. And I'm hearing this, and I'm like, honestly, I'm kind of expecting George to kind of like, I because a
Do what
lot
he
of times
does.
before they know, and this isn't just apply to George, before they know, they're often just playing the blame game. But I guess he had time to watch it, and literally even him, he was like, like it just I had the room, it happens. Like I'm pretty sure, maybe not word for word, but pretty damn close, was like it was just a racing incident.
No, word for word I have it. He said the incident was a racing incident. I don't blame Lewis. Which first of all,
And
crazy for
yet,
George Russell to say.
and I
um
heard him say that, and I was like, okay. I'm like, when our resident diva George is even agreeing with the fact that it was just like bad luck.
that's
What the fuck,
crazy.
the FIA?
And then the
Like
FIA.
genuinely,
It's like, okay, drop the charges. Like, I don't know what to
I,
tell you, but
like officer, he's innocent. I swear. Except this time, he actually is.
I just want to show this one meme from this crash that just like really sent me. And then we can go about our day. But like tracks that way, mate.
Oh, that's funny.
That just I don't it's so dumb and it's scribbled on with like the Instagram
Yeah,
like finger drawn arrow, but it's just one of those what a
and
moment.
the thing is, we're harping on this, right? Because come lap 9, what do you know? We've got Charles Leclerc and Oscar Piastri. And let me tell you, I I genuinely think people and teams tend to forget that Charles Leclerc is a little bit insane when
Yeah.
it comes to wheel racing.
Oh, yeah. You mean
He is
Charles,
like,
I'll kill you and myself Leclerc?
no, literally. I mean, and it's like he out Max Verstappen's Max Verstappen in the sense that like And the thing is, Charles really kind of does it in, yes, an intimidating way, but also in an oddly, like, in a safe enough way that most of the time he's fine. But genuinely, like, I think the other drivers are in teams are scared of him. Like last season, McLaren legit was scared of Charles Leclerc and was like, he is a threat because he is a little insane in the brain.
Oh yeah, and to him, he is like, I think Charles Leclerc today in 2026 is still that like 10-year-old, nothing, just an incident. Like
This is the Charles Leclerc that was racing.
so
This is the Charles Leclerc. We'll put it on the thumbnail, guys. And it's just one of it, that and him as a kid in the yellow race suit and the socks. Like,
Oh yeah,
that is ankle biter Charles. And that is one of those are like my favorite pictures of Charles.
it's nerf or nothing, Charles Leclerc. Like genuinely.
And so, just him being a bit criminally insane, him and Oscar are racing wheel to wheel. And I'm not gonna lie, Charles kind of squeezed Oscar,
Oh,
and by kind of I mean
really?
definitely did not leave him enough room. Oscar and Charles touch. It fricks up Oscar's front wing. Somehow Charles's car is like okay, which, like, what do you mean the Ferrari got into a fight and is okay? I mean, I'm not mad, but and like, rolling it back to everything that happened with Lewis, I didn't even need the replay, and I was like, shit. And GK's sitting next to me. She goes, well, I go, that's going to be a 5-second time penalty.
What a horrible race for her to be introduced to, but and I mean it's a great race for it, but like to explain rules to someone,
Right?
what a horrible race for her to be a part of. Like, okay,
But
so
also,
that
what a great race, because it just shows how dumb as hell the FIA is.
that's a great point. It's a very realistic
But
race, but it's also like, I think if you're just trying to teach someone the rules of F1, horrible race. But if you're trying to
no,
show them the reality of it, then yeah, perfect.
great race. Because what do you know? I mean, corporate would like you to find the difference between these two pictures. They're the same picture, right? Because the one that's blatantly just a racing incident got a 5-second time penalty. So the incident that is a blatant, true incident gets a 5-second time penalty, right?
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 No.
No further action against the incident with Charles Leclerc, car number 16, and Oscar Piastri, car number 81.
It's like, I can't be mad.
No, so here's the thing. I'm not mad because it was my driver that didn't get a time penalty.
But I'm fully willing to admit he was wrong. I am fully willing to admit.
Your Honor, he did it. Because genuinely, as you know, glad that I was that he didn't get a time penalty. That man absolutely should have.
Oh, he deserved a time penalty.
And Lewis should never have gotten one.
No, Lewis shouldn't have gotten one. And, like, it's really funny how it's opposite day, but that's just every day at Ferrari. So
I genuinely, I was like, yeah, as a genuinely not sure how. Personally, I would have given one to Charles and not to Lewis, but okay, FIA.
Hey, they balanced it out somehow.
They did, but it shouldn't
have gone that way.
Because, you know, I feel like what we see all the time, especially when it comes to like in race decisions, when they've made one, they kind of tend to keep in line with that.
They doubled down.
Genuinely, when I saw this happen 3 laps later, I said, "Oh, he getting a time penalty." What do you?
The FIA went, huh?
No, they said, "Oh, who was it?" Like
Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil.
And I don't get it. And I don't think it comes down to well, George was taken out of the race, but Oscar wasn't. That typically doesn't matter when it, like, especially on lap 1 incidents, which is what George and Lewis's was. Half the time, those truly are racing incidents because all of the drivers are up each other's asses, and there's nothing that you can do half the time.
Right. You know what? And I'm gonna start using this example all the time just because of how prominent it is now. But like, I swear, one of the stewards, one of the FIA people, like had a bet on Kashi. Like they were like, nope, can't lose my
That
bet.
or it was like, wait, where? Just flip the coin. I don't feel like
Yeah.
deciding today.
I gotta
Like,
get my parlay. We're not giving
I,
him a
I
penalty.
guess. I mean, it just was. I mean, unsurprising that the FIA is just doing dumb shit again. But I just, I can't, I can't like defend it even as a Ferrari fan. Like, I'm glad Charles didn't get a penalty because it's Charles, but like,
But
he
also,
should
like,
have.
yeah, I'm that's how I am. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna complain, but also like I'm not gonna be one of those fans that's like, yeah, he didn't deserve a penalty. No, he fucking
Oh,
deserved
no,
it.
Your Honor, he did it. He's
Oh,
guilty.
he did it, and I would like him to do it again. You know, like go for it, dude. Like I don't care.
I don't know. It just, that, I mean, and that was, so the first like 10 laps were just crazy. I mean, you
Oh yeah,
had that. Um,
I have.
I, or
Oh,
you go.
I was just gonna say I had a funny note for lap 18. It was just a funny radio message I thought was hilarious.
Mm,
Um, Lewis is what lap are we on? And there's like a big delay. At first I
yeah.
was expecting this to be like another hello situation, but it wasn't. And the race engineer goes lap 18 and he goes, "What the hell?"
Yeah. Which, for one, really funny that he just didn't know what lap it was, or maybe
No.
he did and he wanted them to tell him. But to their defense, because he was like, "I told you guys I wanted to come in early."
Yeah.
Well, they hadn't told him yet that he had a 5 second time penalty, and so they were trying to like build that gap or whatever. Um, Also on lap 18, a seemingly random virtual safety car for like 15 seconds.
What? It was because a Marshall was out on the track, right? But why was he out on the track?
I I don't know, and
You
I
never.
probably could have found out, but I didn't feel like it, and I don't know. It wasn't there for long enough.
No, literally, I wrote my note was, "What are the marshals doing for virtual safety car? What's going on?" But then I couldn't finish that thought because in all caps I have next, Charles is out ahead of Kimmy.
No, 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 no. That wasn't even on the first one. Hold on.
That wasn't
Hold
even
your
the first
horses.
one.
That wasn't on the first one.
There was another one.
Yes. So hold your horses. There was a seemingly random virtuals. Yeah. It was so brief. You didn't even clock it.
I
Yeah.
didn't even see it.
Because my next note, like the next lap or two late, I don't even remember. I was like, another seemingly random virtual safety car, and then you just see the marshal running, and I'm like, literally, I'm like, why are you running? Why are you running?
Why are you running? Why are
Because I
you
was like,
running?
I don't understand. And then this was like the one time in life that I think Charles Leclerc had the luck of a safety car being on his side. Maybe except for like, I mean, Silverstone, that man had some luck, let me tell you. But I was like, but honestly, it worked out for Ferrari because he comes in, has the quick pit stop. You know, you lose less time because you know we're under a virtual safety car for some reason. Another one, still don't know why. And he comes out ahead of Kimmy.
I think he saged himself in the car.
He
Like I
had
think he
to
got rid
have.
of all of the evil spirits that could have harmed him in that
He
race.
had to have. Because the thing is, did he win this weekend? No.
But
But
he podium.
he had a great weekend. Should have
Yeah,
gotten a time penalty, but he
but
did it. Like,
phenomenal weekend.
Ferrari, like, what was it? There was a tweet that I was like, where is it? Ferrari smart strategy? I used to pray for times like this. Like,
No, literally. Like
but it
what?
just like I don't understand. I don't understand why there was another virtual safety car. But again, it worked out for Charles, but slightly less well for a Ferrari mechanic because Ferrari double stacked our drivers. And Lewis, it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't, but it was so funny.
It's only funny because the
Because
mechanic
he's
was
okay.
okay.
It wouldn't have been if he wasn't, but because he's okay, it might be the funniest thing that's happened in like for fucking
It's
ever.
it was on the out of context F1 Twitter account, and the pictures just, it looks like something that you would have seen in the F1 movie. you know, like instead of them running over the like wheel gun, they just kind of ran over the mechanic just a little bit. You know?
Yeah. You know, like those F1 compilations or like F1 out of context, and the first one is always when Max hits that one person and they like with the lever thing and they go flying forwards, and that's always
Yeah.
the first one in there. This is going to be the second one in all
This
future F1 out of context videos.
this one's made the cut. So
It's
uh,
crazy.
they hold Lewis, they serve his 5 second time penalty, and then they have the quick pit stop, and then they give him the green light. So he starts going, but what I feel looked like happened is that the mechanic just kind of stumbled forward and like goes to
Mhm.
brace himself, but kind of braces himself on the car that's already started moving.
You know, on the F, he just braced himself on the moving Formula One car.
To his defense, it wasn't moving when he started falling,
True.
but now shout out to Lewis because his reaction time, I mean, was that of an F1 driver because he immediately stops. They get mechanic out of the way. He goes, and Lewis is immediately on the radio of like, shit, is he okay?
Yeah, good.
He
And like,
is.
and so when you take all the seriousness of that aside,
Yes.
holy shit, that's so funny. It was comical. It was so funny. I was
But
like, did we really just get like a legendary like F1 pit stop moment, like one that's going to be replayed in compilations for like
mm-hmm,
decades to come? We did.
mm-hmm.
We did.
Yeah, unfortunately, we did. We did.
Hmm.
We did. Um, I don't think anything ended up happening out of that. I think
Oh, it did.
it did.
Hmm.
What
Something definitely
happened?
happened out of that. So they said word for word, I think. I wrote it here. It was the stewards confirmed Hamilton was not at fault and that the incident did not justify a sporting penalty, but it did justify a significant fine of £30,000. So they have to pay a fine, but I mean Ferrari has enough money.
I mean, that's a drop in the bucket for
It's
the
a drop in the bucket
Italians.
for them. Yeah,
Which
literally.
which is fair. Like I can understand a fine, and I think when you because that was the thing. Like it's not Lewis's fault they gave him the green light.
They did.
Like
It wasn't his fault. He did what he was supposed to and he stopped. He checked on him. So I'm
yeah,
glad that they were at least like, hey, he wasn't at fault, all of that.
yeah.
But also like based on how the beginning of the race went, I wouldn't have been surprised if they're like race ban.
Right? I know. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it was a very, like, I would call it mildly chaotic race. Because, like,
Definitely.
I don't know if you noticed this. Isaac, at one point at the very beginning, was running like dead last.
He
And then
started
by,
the race P21.
yes. And then I don't, somewhere between lap 9 and lap 18, he had gotten up to P7. I mean, he's on some Max for tapping.
Me when my F1 driver son goes to his dance class.
Max for tapping. Man, that's really funny.
Sorry.
No, I'm just sorry.
On the thumbnail, I'm putting a picture of Max Verstappen in tap shoes.
Oh my god. Man. Because now I'm just picturing it. Oh my,
Oh no! Oh no! I fear this will haunt us. This is
oh,
gonna
sorry, we're
haunt us
just
for a
laughing.
long time. Max Verstappen.
He just tapping away. We're tapping away. Oh. I'm literally crying.
I can't bring myself back in. I'm trying to continue what you were saying about Isaac.
I know we'll get there, but I gotta get over Max for tapping first.
Oh my god.
Holy moly. Dude, we haven't
Breathe.
broke We haven't truly broken like this in so long.
I don't know the last time. I can't tell you when.
I mean, this might be like the best like phrase spoken since like friendship.
It's better
Like,
than friendship.
I mean, Max Verstappen.
Oh my god.
Oh, oh, I love that my brain can't speak sometimes because
I love it.
wow.
Max
Where
Verstappen.
where else would you get Max for tapping? Not on them like super professional podcasts. Not.
No, they would never do that.
You
Sorry,
get
Max and Tommy, or Matt and Tommy, not Max. You said Max Verstappen, so I was thinking Max. Sorry, Matt and Tommy, you'll never get to our level of
I,
comedic genius.
but we do wish we could be like you two.
No, we do love and respect you guys a lot.
We do. I talked about you guys with because sometimes I genuinely I forget that we met them and then I remember that we met them and I'm like, what?
So Isaac Hadjar was on his Max Verstappen shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was honestly like living up to the Red Bull seat. Like
Yeah.
I mean, that's an insane jump, and somehow he still didn't get driver of the day, which is insane to me.
Yeah, no, our resident criminal, our resident acquitted criminal, Charles, got driver of the day.
Which is really funny to me. And again, this is
It
kind of
is
like,
really funny to me.
this is like the situation with the penalty. Do I think that he should have gotten a penalty? Yes. And
Yes.
do I think he should have gotten driver of the day? No.
Probably not.
But
Now,
am I going to complain that he did?
no,
No.
no. I mean, and the thing is, he did have a good drive. I
He
mean,
did.
he held on to the lead for a good while. Kimmy, the Mercedes was just faster
No, I
around
literally
around
wrote,
Spa.
where did it go? I wrote, I have too much hope I'm scared.
Yeah, it. So I was watching it. I was like, "There's no way we're gonna get lucky again and Kimmy's engine blow up." But I will say, Charles held his own for like the reason Kimmy was catching Charles so quick in Silverstone was because of that tire offset.
Yeah.
This time, I think the Mercedes genuinely was just quicker around Spa.
They just had the pace. But
Not by much, because Kimmy, it was one of those, the announcers were talking, they kind of expected Mercedes and Kimmy to kind of just run away with it, but they didn't. I mean, like Charles, I think he was within what, like 2 or 3 seconds, I
it was
think,
like
by the
1.9.
end. 1.9, okay,
Something
yeah.
like that.
So, like, I was not mad at that.
No,
Like, would I have loved to see Charles win again? Duh.
of course.
I'm never going to not want to see him win.
Right.
But I genuinely like it. This was one of those weird weekends where I was like, Ferrari did like
what they were supposed
Ferrari
to do.
acted like an F1 team this weekend.
No, literally. And I wrote when Kimmy finally passed Max, or not Max, Charles. I'm just still on Max for topping. I'm so sorry. That was just so funny.
I can't. I'm
but
Max for tap.
Whenever Kimmy passed Charles, I wrote just my only note, damn it, Kimmy.
I know, and like I can't be mad. Honestly, I wasn't because I mean Kimmy driving.
No,
Kimmy be driving.
Kimmy be driving.
I mean,
While we're on the topic, and we're not really anymore, we kind of jumped, but like real quick, we were talking about driver of the day, and I think there's like something that I just need to mention. Did Franco Colapinto might have had like the most insane pass of the season. Do you not remember this? So we've got Pierre and we've got Liam Lawson, and they're battling it out like literally side by side. And then there's not really room, but Franco decides to go, you know what? What if we were 3 in a row on the road? And he just
how
goes,
did I miss this?
like literally just passes so effortlessly. It was crazy. It was like actually like it was 2 Alpines with Liam in the middle, so it was a Liam sandwich with Alpine bread technically.
How
But
did I miss this?
it was crazy. It was literally like 3 cars side by side going down the straight, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And he just took the opportunity and ran with it. I mean, it was really cool.
Wow.
and
Okay,
he-
Franco.
I mean, one thing to say about Franco, I'm very proud of him because I I guess we'll just say, did you watch the World Cup game this weekend?
Yes.
So, congratulations to Franco Colapinto for being the only Argentinian to score a point on Sunday. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, but he did really good too. I mean, in Alpine, in the points, in getting like one of the craziest passes that I've seen in a race
Yeah.
recently. I
That's, I
mean,
mean, that's impressive, honestly.
there was a lot. Here's a complaint. There were so many good midfield battles going on, and once
Yeah.
again, F1 TV, Apple TV, whoever the fuck it was like, you know what? What if we didn't show it? What if we just didn't? What if we made
I'm
them
trying
tiny
to
in the corner?
remember. I feel like we got a good because I usually watch the Sky Sports broadcast, and I feel like we got some, but I'm like I also don't really remember. I
Yeah.
will say the like the mile I need them to stop messing with the graphics because the miles per hour and the battery percentage graphics were nowhere to be found. Like I was just straight up a liar because I told GK was asking like how fast they usually go. And I was like, kind of depends. They'll hit upwards of like 200 plus. I was like, usually at some different points, like graphics will pop up that show like
Hmm.
how fast they're going. Not a single one.
I feel like this season in general, this entire season, not just graphics, not just cars,
Mhm.
everything in Formula 1 this season is kind of like, what if we tried something different and didn't test
Yeah.
it first for every single decision that has been made
Hmm.
this season.
Hmm.
So, I
I
can't
will
say I'm
say the
surprised.
drone shots were back and
They
they
were
were not
cool.
as aggressive as they were the other weekend. And it was very much appreciated because I was like, ooh, a drone shot. And I
Mhm.
vividly really only remember one of them, which means that there were not so many that I was like, it's enough slices.
Yeah.
I was not mad to see those back.
It was a tasteful amount of slices.
It was a tasteful amount of slices.
Yeah. But I mean, there's only one other main note that I have. Well, actually, there's two. But the one of the main notes I have, we were talking about McLaren earlier. Lando was like kind of catching up, and he was even in the lead for a minute. And so I was like, okay,
Yeah.
McLaren's back. They're doing their thing, like they're gonna redeem themselves. 7.8 second pit stop for Lando Norris. 7.8 second pit stop.
Were they fixing something on his car?
No, it was just bad. Or maybe they were
What in
fixing
the
something.
Kick
I don't know.
Sauber kind of pit
No,
stop?
I don't know if they're fixing anything. I don't think they were though. Like it was just a really bad pit stop. I'm
That's
like,
very unlike them.
it really is unlike them. And like, I mean, even at the beginning, like for a minute, Oscar was passing people. We're going back to like before even like all of the stuff went down. But I literally put "Welcome back, Oscar Piastri," and then next bullet point, JK. Like, what are we doing here?
Interesting.
I
Huh.
I feel like again, McLaren was like done for the day and decided like I'm gonna go back to being a midfield team. Like that was more fun, you
I
know?
guess. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, like it was a good race. I really loved this podium. So we
Hmm.
had Kimmy wins, Charles P2, and then you have Max Verstappen on P3. And I love this. I love any Verstappen podium that we get because when Charles Leclerc and Max are on a podium together, honestly, I think it's just a great podium, no matter who that third person is. But historically, and I will say 99% of the time, that third person ain't going to get a word in between our two resident yappers, Max and Charles. Because when those two are together, it's like the amount of times we have images of like, the post race interviews or the cool down room where those two yappers are yapping away and then there is literally just a person sitting there not talking.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know who doesn't just sit there?
Kimmy
Kimmy.
Antonelli.
That man, like, what is it? Kimmy is the first person I've seen them add to their Yap sessions instead of completely ignoring them.
No, for real. Like he and they all, you know that picture of Max where he's going like this? Like they
Yes.
all had that look on their face of like,
Yes.
and I literally put on here the three podium guys talking look like three crazy bitches saying exactly, exactly. Like
That
that's
is absolutely what it is.
that was the vibe I got. Like I saw it and I could not unsee it, and I was like, I have to write that down because
That's absolutely what it is.
that's the
And
only
then,
way to describe it.
Max is just being messy in the cool down room because
Oh,
it's so they're watching the replay and it gets to the Charles and Oscar incident. And then the Charles goes, "That one was Max. It was calculated." And then he starts laughing at his own joke. And I'm like, Max is just being like, those three menaces when they're like, it's giving in McGonagall and Harry Potter when it like, why is it when something happens, it's always you three?
it's always one of you three. Yeah.
Because we,
It's just so
it,
funny.
I just, you're exactly like, I love the menaces.
Exactly. No, it was
Yeah.
I couldn't unsee it. It was also like just post race, Oscar, poor guy. They asked him in a post race interview. They said, "Oscar, what was missing in this race?" He goes, "A few parts of my car."
You funny for that, Oscar.
That was really funny. There
You
was
really
another
funny
moment
for
with
that.
Oscar. It wasn't him technically, but it made me laugh, and I wrote a note about it. It was during the race when Hamilton ended up passing him, like kind of towards the end, and
Uh-huh.
the way that the announcers phrased it just like was really weird. And
Okay.
so they said like word for word like Oscar Piastri has mirrors full of Hamilton, and I wrote like, okay, like should he get that checked out by a doctor, I guess? Like what do you mean? He's got
Yeah,
mirrors full of Hamilton, like sounds serious, you know? It
that's
just
funny.
poor guy. And then he was disgusted. I still want to know with what. I want to know so badly what he was disgusted by. Um, but yeah, poor McLaren.
It was a mildly chaotic weekend.
It was it was mildly chaotic in a way that for us is very chaotic. Like it was in it
Yes.
was in the details, you know. It was in the details.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a couple other post race things. First one is poor Fernando just wanted to watch the game. We talked about that. Um, even the +2 laps. I mean, hey, he stayed on track even longer than he should have. But someone posted something interesting. So Fernando, race. Not very good, but whatever. Spain won the World Cup game. It wasn't the champions, but like they won the game. And Aston Martin is bringing upgrades to the next race. So the last time that Spain won a World Cup game, Fernando won the next race. So I'm not saying we're about to witness the comeback of the century,
Sure.
but if it
Sure.
happens, I say this not believing it's going to happen, but I have to say
Right.
it because
Maybe
we have to.
there was another Lego race, but there's not.
Right.
So,
He did win the Lego race, that's true. I'm just trying to put some good juju out there for
yeah, but
Fernando Alonso because I think he's kind of like he's had a rough go of it this season, so I feel
I
bad
mean, you
for
drive for Aston Martin, you're gonna deal with it, at least in their current state.
him. Yeah.
Uh,
But
uh,
Gabriel Bortoleto got P8 hello points for Cadillac or Audi, sorry. They have scored points in consecutive races now in their first season as an F1 team.
golf clap, golf clap for Gabriel Bortoleto.
And then when they told him they're like, "Great job, P8, P8 mate." And he went, "Woohoo!" It sounded like
Oh,
Mario.
that's so cute.
And
I
that's all I
mean,
have.
it was a good one. We got Hungary next. We got a good old Hungarian Grand Prix, and I feel like this is just kind of the perfect way to kind of wrap up this episode, um, because I feel like it just encompasses our just general of like will they, won't they, it might not, you never know. Charles got asked. He was like, Ferrari, basically of like like for Ferrari is expected to be fast in Hungary, and Charles Leclerc, word for word, we could be, but we could also not be, and we'll never know until we go there. So Will we have a good weekend in Hungary? Will we not?
I
Will we
feel like
be
he's just making threats at this point.
honestly? And if that ain't the most Ferrari and just F1 thing, I don't know what is. But I'm excited.
That's
I'll be
true.
sat Sunday morning watching that race.
There you go. And also, something fun for this week to look forward to. Amelia de Moldenberg is doing her Passenger Princess series again with Charles this time. So that should be very fun to watch. She already made a video jokingly of her with the Leclerc audio with him, and I thought that was funny. So I'm very much looking forward to that. But, I mean, until then, we just have to sit with his threats.
Yeah, we could be. We could also not be. But we won't know until we get there.
Won't know until we get there. Um, but yeah, I mean, only a few more weeks, and by weeks I mean like less than 2 months until Spain.
I need a vacation so bad.
Literally right after this, we're gonna end this stream. I'm gonna click stop, and then we're going to get on FaceTime with Shelby and Parker and plan out some of the stuff that we're doing.
We got some tickets to book for some things.
For
So,
something.
not to I mean we were kind of done anyway, but we got places to be, things to do, tickets to buy. We'll see y'all in Hungary next week.
We'll see you in Hungary next week. And you know what? Y'all better tapping your way on your keyboard to our page to watch this episode. I had to throw it in there at the end. There's so many ways we could do that. I was like, we have to. But yeah, I'm Hannah.
I'm Sydney.
And it's lights out.
And it's Max for tapping away we go.
I was gonna say, and for tapping away we go. All right, we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, folks.
Goodbye.